My story, I'm a true product of a liberal arts education, which means I graduated with very little idea of exactly what I wanted to do. Well educated, but not a very strong career goal. I knew one thing. I had a passion for baseball, which derived clearly from one place, this man. A strong set of values that I wanted to be able to live my life by, which also were derived from he and my mother. And I think a desire to be a leader and to work in the business world. Genetically challenged, the love of baseball was clearly not going to play out any place but in a front office. So I did work in the business world for a period of time. My father counseled me not to get involved.
You were genetically challenged?
My father counseled me not to get involved in the front office of baseballs. A typical 22-year-old, I defied him. I wrote 26 cover letters. That's how many. Also experienced the exact same. I think I didn't even get 26 rejection letters. I think I only got about 10 responses. 8 of which were rejections. One was an informational interview with Joe McElvain with the Padres. I went down and had. And I mean, about 6 months after that, I got a letter from and I remember, any team would have been great to get a letter from, except probably the Cleveland Indians. You're talking about 1991, and the Indians were known for was the movie Major League. Nothing else. I mean, it was probably the worst respected franchise in professional sports. Had just lost 106 games, I think, that year, and they called and offered me a position with no title. A definite pay cut. And I remember that ride from the airport for my interview. If you've ever taken the ride from the airport in Cleveland to downtown, past the parking lot where Progressive Field now stands, and down in the old stadium, up the stairs into the bowels of the stadium, I go into John Hart's office, the GM. He's got a plastic plant in one side of the office. He's got a space heater because they couldn't, the heat didn't work. The tiles are falling, and I'm like, this is the job I aspire to have. And I'll tell you what, I left that day knowing that he and the assistant GM, Dan O'Dowd, who's now the GM of the Colorado Rockies, they had a vision. They were guys I could buy into. I wasn't sure what I was embarking on. And when I landed back in New York, there was a job offer on my voice. It was an old-fashioned answering machine back then. And a month later, I was moving to and with no title. And there was great opportunity. I did instinctual things for a 22-year-old, 23-year-old kid. I followed people that I believed in their values and the vision of where they wanted to go. And I found a lot of opportunity in a distressed situation because it was truly distressed. We grew rapidly. We moved into Jacobs Field, 2 years after that. There were moments of doubt along the way, as he can attest to, but I got to be the farm director pretty quickly. I ran the farm system in Latin American operations, assistant GM and GM. I think it's my 7th year general manager.
That's amazing, all in one organization too, which really doesn't happen that much in professional sports. There's a lot of hopscotching that goes on. Before I throw it up to questions, I'll